Welcome to a brand new video of Next Talk. I hope you're all doing well. It's been 3 weeks since the last video, so we are due for an update. In today's video, we're going to go over the indexes and how they performed in Q3, followed by our predictions 3 months ago for different categories, how they performed. We're also going to look at the accuracy in general of our reporting. After that, we're going to go over the highlights of companies that recently reported, and then we're going to finish it up with all the different reporting for US and Canada. All right, so let's start with the indexes and how they performed. S&P 500, they were up 5.5% and 20.8% for the year, which is good. Nasdaq was up 2.6% for Q3, and for the year so far, they are up 21.2%. Dow Jones had a good quarter, they were up 8.2%, and for the year, they are up 12.3%. TSX had the best quarter. Q3 was up 9.7%, and for the year they are up 14.5%. So overall, you can see that it's all good numbers for all categories. Now, of course, in Q4, we're going to have a big election in US, and depending on the results there, we shall see if there will be any changes. Now, let's look at 3 months ago, we looked at the different value stocks, and the ones we had for US and for Canada, they were up 5.5% in average. The Canadian ones performed slightly better. The dividends performed really well, 12.6% in average. The Canadian, again, performed slightly better than the US. Now, of course, dividend doesn't mean the dividend payment. This also means if the stock price, how well they performed during those 3 months. Now, the attractive category was up in average 9.3% for the quarter, US performing better than the Canadian. And the pricey category performed the least good, which was expected, 3.7%, while the Canadian performed better than the US. When we look at the accuracy, we can see that the US accuracy was 94% and the Canadian accuracy was 97%. And what does this mean? It means basically that let's say in 100 cases, 100 stocks for the Canadian market, in 3 cases, they went complete different directions. So if you said buy and it became a sell, it will count as a minus. So we regularly perform a little bit better than Canadian versus the US. Most of the times, our stock are also on the hold, so that becomes more correct predictions for those things, but it's more the extreme cases, the buy and sells, where we can see some differences. We always try to always improve the formulas, so no information, no stock prices is coming from myself. It's all calculated based upon the data we are receiving from different companies. All right. Let's look at the highlights of companies that recently reported. ASML reported 18% year-over-year sales growth. Target price for them has been slightly lower to $855, so there is an upside for ASML. Blackrock reported 15% year-over-year sales growth. Target price for them has been increased to $997, and they are trading around these levels. Blackstone reported impressive 44% year-over-year sales growth. Target price for them has been increased to $157, but they're trading a bit higher than that. Intuitive Surgical reported 17% year-over-year sales growth. Target price for them has been increased to $405, but they're trading higher than that at the moment. All right, let's look at some other companies that recently reported. Micron Technologies, that is, 93% year-over-year sales growth. Target price has been increased to $147, and there is an upside for Micron Technologies. Morgan Stanley reported 16% year-over-year sales growth. Target price for them has been increased to $110, and they're trading around those levels. Netflix reported a 15% year-over-year sales growth. Target price for them has been increased to $713, and they're trading around those levels. And finally, Taiwan Semiconductor reported an impressive 42% year-over-year sales growth. Target price for them has been increased to $182. They're trading slightly higher than that at the moment. Yes, so this was the highlights for this time around. If you're curious about the company that I haven't mentioned, you can always log in to my nextstock.ca website. Once you log in, you have access to about 400 companies in US and Canada and the stock prices target prices we have there. Those ones are good for 3 months because each time there's a new quarterly results, those data will be updated. So check it out. All right, let's go into the regular reporting. We start with the US market and the value stocks there. Top 3 at the moment, JP Morgan, ExxonMobil, followed by Bank of America. Those companies have in common that they are large cap companies with low price earnings. Dividend stocks to consider, top 3 are HSBC, Verizon, and Ambev. The growth category for the US market, top 3 at the moment, Nvidia, Coinbase, and NIO. Attractive ones, this is more comparing sales growth with stock price growth. So NIO moves up 2 spots to spot number 1. The sales are great as we saw, but the stock price was going down. So because of that, the delta becomes high, so they took the top spot. PDD Holding is on spot number 2, and Snap is on spot number 3. They are newcomers, by the way. Walgreens, who was in the list, is out from top 3. Pricey ones in the US market, the top one there is Palantir, because their stock price is going very much lately. So that's this category about if the stock price is higher than the sales. Also, Palantir has a high price to sale ratio, and that's the reason they are penalized. Peloton is a newcomer, spot number 2. Unity, who was there, is now on spot number 3. 3M is now out from top 3. All right, that was the US market. Let's go into the Canadian market. We start with the value stocks there. Top 3 at the moment, Royal Bank, followed by Canadian Natural Resources, and we have a newcomer, Bank of Montreal. And Bank of Nova Scotia is now out from top 3. Dividends in the Canadian market, top 3 at the moment, Bell, followed by Algonquin Power and Utilities, and Whitecap Resources. The growth category for the Canadian market, Lundin Mining, Baytex Energy, and Newmont. The attractive ones in the Canadian market, Baytex Energy, followed by Veren, who moves up to spot number 2. And they trade places with TELUS International, who drops down to spot number 3. The Pricey category in the Canadian market, Wheaton Precious Metal, followed by TransAlta, who moves up to spot number 2. And Franco-Nevada is a newcomer on spot number 3. Franco-Nevada and Wheaton Precious Metal, they both have high price to sale ratio, and that's the reason they are penalized and they made it up to this list. Aritzia, who was in the list, is out from top 3 following their report. Alright, this concludes the report for this time around. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one, hopefully in 3 weeks' time. At that time, we're going to talk about mergers and acquisitions. I was going to do it for this report, but since we had already so much information, I'm saving it for next time. Alright, you can also follow me on X, NextStockYT. I will post whenever there's some interesting stock news happening there. Always gather a lot of information before jumping ahead purchasing stocks. Until next time, bye bye.